What's going on, everybody? Quick short video. Escape from Tarkov patch notes for patch 0.13.0.2 just released, or actually currently being installed right now as of January 27th. Let's jump into them. I'm going to summarize this to say there is a ton of stuff related to streets. There's a lot of stuff related to audio, and there's just a lot of bugs that folks have been running into that have gotten corrected with this patch. So this is definitely not a patch related to anything related to content, although there's one or two things there that we'll get to at the end. But mostly this is bug fixes. This relates back to the tweet that BSG tweeted, I don't know, a week or so ago about the things that are upcoming for fixes, what they're working on, the things that they're tracking that need adjustment. So let's dive into the big ones. The first and probably best one we can see here is adjusted this server system to reduce rubber banding and desync on streets, in addition to geometry and lighting fixes on streets. Again, probably the biggest issue a lot of folks were facing was just the ability to play the map. FPS is certainly one thing, but rubber banding and sticking in a location, not being able to move, totally different scenario. So really good that they were able to get this adjusted, and look forward to hopefully streets being a much smoother experience to be able to play. The next one that is also huge is going to be duplication starting lack of sounds with binaural audio enabled. I'm going to say this up front, although we haven't had a chance to test it yet. This is probably not the full implementation of all the fixes they need to do, but hopefully this is the first step in many in getting this fixed, especially getting the sound fixed, shoreline, interchange, dorms. Like, there's a lot of places that need some work. So hopefully this is a good step in the right direction for that. There's a couple other sound related things: bush and containers, airplanes, interactions with certain guns, some sounds just not working or incorrectly working. So that's all captured in here. Quite a bit of adjustments for that. One other one that's huge as it relates to sounds and to skills is going to be incorrect volume while crouched and standing. Essentially, if you attempted to sneak, you couldn't. It was impossible. That looks like it's been fixed, so we'll have to test that out and make sure that that happens. Muscle pain status has also been corrected and adjusted. We'll see what this ends up being. Interestingly enough, for mild and for severe muscle pain, what that really turns up into, which is good. I did not realize this was an issue, but there are some incorrect weights for some items, so that's good that that's getting adjusted. Another one that's going to be big for anybody grinding level up skills above 50, and more specifically, that's probably impactful to the bigger audience, is incorrect calculation of skills and quest rewards. If you're not familiar with what this is, essentially, if you turned in a quest that rewarded you with a skill point or 2 skill points, let's say in health, it was either not giving you the full amount of points that you needed to get that level, or in some instances was giving you too many. Looks like this has been fixed to give you the appropriate amount of skill points to get to those levels, which is good because those quests are extremely valuable. We got some visual things, some more spawn location stuff for Streets of Tarkov there. Some visual stuff with MVGs and thermals. Haven't used those a ton, so I'm not sure exactly what that relates to, but good that they're checking that. D2, you folks that love to take that that exit on reserve, it now will probably work and sound correctly instead of the door just popping open, so that's really good. Calculation of physical skills for air filtering unit, so it's going to be really interesting to see if the air filtering unit actually works after this update. Holding my breath, but I hope that this fix is appropriate and is what was needed, as well as some skill point calculation stuff in the hideout. Several bugs in dialogue system with Lightkeeper, so some work on Lightkeeper and spawns for rogues. So this is all good. A lot of lighthouse and Lightkeeper things. A lot of stuff here, actually, interestingly enough. Incorrect behavior of co-op mode settings. So this is good. Get that adjusted. And then some other interface elements while in raid, and camera balance for the Rhino, which I know is probably worried a lot of you. One other thing that's interesting is the ad for the 5.56 muzzle brake. So we'll see what this one ends up being and how impactful it is to the meta and if it's usable or not. But I'm also I'm a big fan of anything that we can get thrown in there. So we'll see what that ends up turning into. So that's basically the patch notes in a nutshell. Hopefully these were beneficial for you. Look forward to seeing what all the changes, and again, especially with sound and the stuff for streets, hopefully that becomes a smoother experience. This, in addition to yesterday's and the previous days changes in terms of balancing for weapon recoil, movement. Just, I mean, the game is going crazy right now, and a lot of adjustments are being made, I hope, to make for really, really good experience. So let me know down in the comments below if you've been enjoying some of the recoil changes, some of the weight changes. This reduced stamina penalty thing is absolutely awesome. There's definitely balancing and more tweaks that are needed, but this was a huge step in the right direction. And then we get a quality of life patch and a fix patch followed up from that, which is absolutely awesome. So check out other Escape from Tarkov content, plenty of series going on, a bunch of other videos, and we'd love to catch you live sometime as well over on Twitch. Links in the description. See you in the next video. Peace.